I wanted to show you this. Wait, chat, I want to show you this. So yesterday I went to his stream. I was hardcore trolling him.
I said it's an interesting question.
I was laughing. This guy figured it out. I was rage baiting. I see why you do this now. This is where I joined. I joined when he started talking this part. And to me, it's crazy that he's screaming like this. By the way, I didn't know that the guy, I think he's a high school dropout. I'm low IQ, but I finished high school and college.
Casual Ancient. Oh my god, that was my favorite. I love doing that. I have so many good memories of doing that. But the thing is you know why people like this? You know why people like this? I'll tell you why people like this. It's because, get this, are you ready? You would get stars that you could use in this shop. Does that look familiar? You would get stars.
Bro, to me, this is so cringe when he's screaming like this. Because I'll just tell you the answer why people are mad about not having this type of operation, but having the operation in the game. But I don't know if he doesn't understand it or he's acting stupid.
You could use in that shop right fucking there to get items to sell. That was why people wanted it. That was why you wanted it, so you could get the rare items and sell them. That was all it was ever for. That was all people cared about whenever an operation came out, ever. This is everything that people wanted. We want missions to get stars to do this. Now, guess what? This shit is just in the game. I don't even know where it's at. This shit's just in the game now. That same menu.
So the thing is, why people are mad about this is because they're asking for an operation which has certain missions. You had much more interesting and more complicated missions before and co-op missions, and they have such a huge chance to make creative things within those missions, but they decide to not do that, but to make missions like 30 scout kills, 10 AVP kills, or play 5 rounds of Dust 2, and then you get these stars. And it looks like it's very, very, very low IQ and a very easy and a very bot and noob friendly, where you have a ton of bots doing this and finishing these for the stars, and then they buy it, and then the regular users don't get neither the experience, neither the amount of stars or skins they should, but the bots and the fake users get it. What people want is like, a mission lasts 3 weeks, pause, now we have, and that, operation 3 weeks or a month. And after that, you find out who won what. And that's actually more work put into it. And then you see some leaderboards. You see who earned what, who opened which skins. So that looks like something that's work put into it. There was more effort put into it and more creativity compared to these missions now. So him screaming like this doesn't make him right. It makes him much more wrong because you can't go out of the box and understand how it was way before and how much more fun it was to play. And then people in his chat wrote something like, Austin, bro, we're crying about FPS and anti-cheating. He's like, no, I don't want to reply to that. Guys, I'm running $55,000 per month. You have in leaderboard, so if you love Gamba, there's 3 leaderboards down there that you can check on my website. So check that out in the pinned comment. And now let's get back to the video.
The one conversation that I don't want to talk about, anti-cheat and FPS, okay? I don't want to talk about either of these.
Like the 2 most important things, FPS for performance. If you're a serious player, you need the game to run smooth. You don't want to spend 4-5K on a PC, and even after you spend it, you still have lags, dying behind walls, FPS drops. And second thing, anti-cheat. You don't want to play the game modes, which you have. These are the game modes, and then every game mode has bots or cheaters. Don't seem fun. And then people mention Danger Zone, which was fun, and I remember he doesn't because he was probably not playing CS back then. You had Zantares, you had a lot of pros mid FPL games on stream playing Danger Zone, and they found it very fun and relaxing to play a different type of game mode, which you had like the jumping thing with the stuff. I don't know how you call it because I didn't play it that much, but there was a lot of stuff like that.
I don't care about.
He doesn't care. So he talks about the stuff he cares. But when you mention him, hey, we can't play the game modes that you're mentioning because of anti-cheat, I don't care. But it's correlated, I don't care. And that seems kind of low IQ. Then he goes on later. You can watch everything.
CSGO was, it never happened. We were spoiled fucking rotten. Everybody had 500 hertz monitors. Nobody, no competitive game ever, apart from Valorant, has ever had that. And that's why people are so upset. That's the part. That's the part that sucks. Okay? Loba, bro, are we really going to do this?
Here's what I joined. because I couldn't believe what he's saying. It looked very, very sad that there were people here listening to this and agreeing regarding the anti-cheat, regarding that we are in a good place with CS. He wants to convince people we're in a good place with CS, where you're having every month cheaters being banned on tier 2. And he's saying that tier 2 before wasn't big. Literally before, tier 2 were the people qualifying into the major because you had LAN RMRs. So I want to say that tier 2 was bigger even before, because you had, for example, Bad News Eagles come in and do what they did at the major. You don't have that happening nowadays. What you see is online cheaters farming Viewership points and then coming to a LAN or dodging a LAN and sucking. And you see way too many people being sus, investigated, banned. Like, for example, the no cries thing. Like, guy is literally bought after the investigations, and after the investigation, Faceit is making changes to the anti-cheat. You go to the Faceit Reddit, check how it was in CSGO. Now, every day, there's smurfs and cheaters all the time, plus their numbers are 50% less. The guy didn't know that as well.
Let me see what he said. All right, I'm shocked how stupid you are. Pros getting banned for cheating every month. That's not okay. You mean tier 2 pros? Yeah, but that was always happening in
He was about to say that's not true. And then he's like, oh, you mean tier 2 pros?
CSGO. We have
That was happening in CSGO. Then I asked him, can you show me that in CSGO? He didn't show shit, bro.
more people looking at tier 2 match fixing and tier 2 people cheating than ever before.
So his argument is we have more people looking now than before. And if you ask him to prove this, he can't. So he says something and you ask him, okay, can you show a receipt or argument that with some proof? I can't. It's literally like that. Okay, can you argument it with something? Like showing that we have more people investigating and looking now? No, it's literally the way I say it is. I come in with arguments, with giving him even links, even telling him to go to Google, even sending him screenshots, even sending him articles. I give him stuff and his reply is, bro, you don't understand. It's literally how I tell you it is. I'm like, bro, no wonder you quit high school, man.
People weren't getting banned in CSGO because people weren't looking, okay? It's lower people.
Bro, people weren't getting banned in CSGO because people weren't looking. I want to say something else. I think, I'm not saying it's a fact, I think people weren't being banned as much in CSGO because more of the tournaments, important tournaments, had LAN qualifiers, for example, the majors. So you couldn't play 20 online tournaments like CCT and to get Viewership points and get to tournaments. You actually had to go to a RMR and prove yourself at LAN. So then it didn't pay off to cheat online and come to the RMR and suck. But nowadays it pays off because nowadays you have a huge amount of money in the match fixing, as Boros came out, as Gangenio came out, as Joel said, as now what's that guy's name who leaked everything on HLTV? Gokushima leaked 5-6 people and got them banned. So now there's so much more money and a whole amount of organization behind the people who are match fixing, because the betting sites are there and there's more money to be made from match fixing compared to before. And then I say that to him and his reply is, match fixing is not the same as cheating. So then I had to explain to him that Gokushima and all these guys were cheating in order to match fix, because my bro didn't understand that you cannot guarantee a win unless you have a cheat. So I can't come into a match and have down 11-1 and guarantee to the guy betting, yo, now we're gonna go 13-11. It's very, very hard for him to understand these things because he's not in them. And then when I see him basically spreading false info to people who then believe him that CS2 is great, the market will recover, skins are amazing, just keep spending money, Valve know what they're doing. I'm kind of shocked because I don't know, don't people see the history? When you look how it was before, Valve never made an anti-cheat in any of the CS games. So how do you expect them now in CS2 to create magically an anti-cheat when there's more money and more cheat developers and more ways of cheating than ever before? The technology now about cheating is way upgraded, better than it was like when you look at it 10 years ago or even in CSGO. So now DMA are like everywhere to be bought and cheaper than ever. Cheat developers came out and said this. I guess he didn't see the videos. where the cheat developer on Karovsky's video literally said that nowadays you can get a DMA for $40-50 because he's not in them, and later he admits that he's not in these things, he doesn't know, and then I would cook him in an argument because I'm into this and I'm following this, and he isn't. So then I get surprised why he argues with me when he admits that he's not deep into it.
CS2 and yet you claim opposite, shocking how small your brain is. Loba, I genuinely think you have 60 IQ. I genuinely think that. Viewership has hit it. If you look at the PGL numbers that they post, the blast numbers after every event, we're setting records pretty often. I think we've set more records in CS2 in the last year than we were doing in the last year for CSGO.
So he says CS2 is setting more records in CS2. I mean, CS viewership is setting more records in CS2 than in CSGO. And then I tell him, okay, do me a favor, just write the most watched CS major ever. And you get this. And it says literally PGL Major Stockholm 2021. Surpassed the long-standing Counter-Strike viewership record 4 times. And I write this to him. Then you have FaZe Clan 1 2022 defeating Navi. And you have this one. This one was great as well. And it cooks the blast one he's saying. So somehow, when I tell him this, then he says, I didn't say that. I said the average numbers are bigger. But I don't think anybody heard him saying average numbers here.
CSGO is picking up a lot of hype, especially around Boston, E-League, and also 2021, Cologne of 2022. Also, these were all record-setting events, but we've had a lot of record-setting events so far in CS2 as well.
So somehow he never mentioned average viewers. And then when I told him to Google this, he went back and he said, no, I was talking about average viewers. And then I told him, okay, check average viewers. And the average viewers were a little bit higher, but Blast had 15 hours more of airtime. So they had a longer event and a whole stage more, but still the numbers were close.
People weren't looking at tier 3 games. People were fixing all the fucking time, and everybody...
And you can see, he says they were fixing all the fucking time. When I ask him about proof, he has none.
He knew that people were fixing in tier 2 and 3, but nobody got banned because nobody cared. It was...
And he's saying nobody cared, but the thing is, I played tier 2 back then. If you remember, I played a lot of qualifiers back then because we made it to the major RMR, where it was, in Mongolia, right? So I played the major RMR in Mongolia, and we had a lot of ESEA weekly cups. And it was very rare to have cheaters back then. Very rare, bro. That's why there was an FPLC. I personally created FPLC because that was the way to avoid cheaters. A lot of people play, and when they play a lot together, you find out if somebody is cheating or isn't cheating by playing all together, meeting each other, and if somebody is suspicious all the time, he gets investigated, removed.
It's either tier 1 or nothing. And you should know that better than anyone, because for a while you were playing around all those players. I'm sure you heard rumors, because I've heard rumors as a tier 2, tier 3 NA player about a bunch of teams. So I'm sure you...
Hearing rumors, I heard rumors that Doc is cheating. I heard the rumors I had a cheat for smoke. Rumors and facts are not the same. Me coming out and saying, I heard a rumor Nico sucked Monesi's that you know that don't make sense. So if I'm gonna say something, I'm gonna say it because I saw somebody write it to me who was involved. Like for example, when I was saying the stuff about CS2, I was saying it because Rups and a lot of other pros were messaging me. You saw when I cried about the cheaters, it was because Kaito messaged me directly and said, bro, can you do something about this? When I did a few other things, I had pros message me, say, yo, say this about Blast, or say this about ESEA, or say this about ESL. Say, because I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I say whatever I want. There can be 2-3K people hating on me. I'll still say my shit. I'll do it, and then people message me because they know I have no problem in saying what I know is the truth, you know?
Better than half the people, no, 90.
But him, he's just like screaming in the mic and being like, you know, this happened, there was rumors, you know, 90%, it happened, 100%, I swear, I know, I believe. Bro, screaming more and more ain't gonna help unless you like show a receipt, show something.
I know what you're saying is false.
I know what you're saying is false, and I asked for the source. Source is, trust me, bro.
So you don't know? You didn't know about all of that? You think less people cheated back then?
And then I tell him, yes, less people cheated back then, and even Faceit said this, and Faceit admin said this, and Faceit even admitted to this. So definitely, less people cheated back then. I don't remember in CSGO the top one player of Face It getting banned for cheating.
Less people cheated back then.
And I said yes.
Okay. Yeah. Bro, Loba, again, you don't have... What are we supposed...
I don't have. And then I tell him, check the articles. Just check HLTV. How many articles in the last year you have on banned cheaters and match fixers, and find the same in the last year or two in CSGO. Compare, just compare the last 2 years of CSGO and 2 years of CS2. And see how many cheaters got banned where.
Supposed to go off of? What are we supposed to go off of? My argument has proof. More people getting banned today is because...
So his argument has proof, and then he goes and thinks about... And no, he doesn't think. He just says something that's correlated, and that's proof. So me going to the toilet is proof that I just had a... No, bro, I just went to the toilet to wash my hands. No, bro, I have proof. You go to the toilet because there's a toilet and you take a... And that's literally what he's saying.
More people are watching.
And that's the proof. The proof is that there's more people cheating in CS2 and being caught because more people are watching. And that's proof. And you ask him about the proof. That's literally the proof.
That's proof? It is.
And I ask him, that's proof. He's look at this. It is.
It is proof. Bro, people weren't... Dude.
look at this, bro. I don't know. Last night wasn't even mad. Bro, I was sitting here and I was laughing my ass off. He was screaming like, it is proof. It's proof. I was just laughing. He was getting full mad. At one point, he went full tilt. Cooper started laughing. And I joined Cooper's chat and wrote something like, Coop, watch me tilt him even more. And then I wrote a few more stuff. He was full red. Watch.
I swear, man. What do you want me to say? What do you want me to say? That is proof. Dude, just because...
Guys, did you see him show any proof? Did anybody see him show any proof here? All I saw here is just the screen of Premiere in CS. I didn't see any proof. I guess his words are the proof. Holy f***. My bro is cooking.
Because people weren't getting banned back then doesn't mean that they weren't cheating.
Loba, listen, Loba. Yes, in CS2 now, there's more cheaters being banned for cheating. Yes. But that doesn't mean there wasn't more cheaters in CSGO because they were cheating but weren't getting banned. And then you ask him, where's the proof? That's the proof! I'm like, what?
What do you want me to say? What do you want me to say? That is proof. Dude, just because people weren't getting banned back then doesn't mean that they weren't cheating.
That's literally the proof.
People weren't watching before, that's why no bans. Okay, thank you for proof. Brother.
And he gets mad. I have proof. People weren't watching before, that's why no bans. And he gets mad. Look at this. What to write to the guy, bro?
Yes, you have simplified my argument. I said...
That's an argument? This guy facepalmed his own argument. Yes! I don't know, bro. Like, CS2 made people not use their brain anymore.
I saw, like, what was the most famous example?
Most famous examples, and he names Cookley, who got banned in 2017.
He got VAC banned live in a game. It happened once on a game in Dust 2. I remember when I first started watching, people... Forsaken is a good one, too.
Forsaken, bro. Do you forget about Forsaken? Bro, he's mentioning people from 2015.
Dude.
And I'm talking about 2020, 2021, 2022, like peak of CSGO. Like if you go back, you're not gonna look at, oh bro, you know people were getting banned in 2015 in CSGO. Okay, can you mention the last 3 years of CSGO and compare them to the first 3 years of CS2? And let's see who's getting banned more or less. Because you're looking at the start of CSGO, and then you're looking at CS2 at its peak, and then you're comparing bans from start of CSGO when like literally most people were cheating back then, because VAC is now 3.0. That back then was VAC 0.
This happened so much. Wait a minute. This happened way more than I...
He mentioned 4 people. He said it happened so much during the 8 years of CSGO. But I can just go on HLTV and find 10 people being banned in the last 2 months in CS2. But he mentioned 4 in the span of 12 years in CSGO. But we just go here. Then we go Where is it? Here? There you are. Here you are. 2020, 3 days ago, 1 day ago. So you have here, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bans. Then you have here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 cheating, 3 match fixing, right? So there's like 10 people banned in the last 5 days. But he mentioned 4 people in the span of 12 years. Not bad, bro. My bro cooking.
RMR qualifiers happened before 2020. I don't know. Loba, I started playing in 2019. I don't fucking know. I know.
My bro goes into talking about the game, talking about issues, talking about a lot of stuff. But he don't know when you ask him questions. But he knows the truth. But he just doesn't know.
When I started playing the game, I would see all the stories of people getting banned back then.
But he doesn't see those stories now. Now, somehow, with these glasses, he don't see those stories. Even though they're on the top of HLTV.
Loba, I swear, man, I have no idea what you're saying. Every time I see you, you always have like the worst take ever. You came in here.
I had the worst take when I told people to sell their skins due to the regulations and everything that's happening. Sell your skins, guys. You're gonna go 50% down. Nah, Loba full of shit. I said it in August. Worst take. Thank God you guys should listen to Austin telling you, bro, the market will recover. We're gonna get more millionaires coming back into CS because they have trust in the system. My bro didn't even finish high school.
I swear you said literally nothing. You said nothing of value.
I said nothing of value.
Today. Nothing. All you said was, yes, less people cheated. How do you know that they didn't? Were you there? Well, I was. Well, do you have proof? I have proof for everything that I said as of ahead of.
Guys, have you seen any proof since the last 10-15 minutes? I haven't.
When I started playing, right? Once all these pros were getting banned in tier 2, and this has been happening even recently a lot more because anti-cheat has been catching people. We never saw that back then. We never saw that back in.
So, back then, we never saw the anti-cheat banning the cheaters. But a few minutes ago, he was screaming how, oh my god, there's so many cheaters being banned before. But now he says, we didn't see that before. So is it the before? Or is it this one that he's saying now? I don't know which one to trust what he said. Because I heard him saying that there was a lot of cheaters back then getting banned. But now he's saying we never saw cheaters being banned back then. Then he said before that the anti-cheat didn't catch the cheaters. And that's why they didn't get banned. But he knows there were cheaters because he knows. So nowadays there's cheaters and they're getting banned because of the anti-cheat. But back then there were cheaters as well. They just weren't getting banned, but they were there among us. We just didn't know. Where's the proof? That's literally the proof.
All I have to say is we will literally never ever agree on anything in this life. We will never agree on anything, Loba. And that's okay. Ill feelings towards you, it's fine.
Okay.
We don't agree.
Did you hear this? He said, I have no ill feelings about you. No ill feelings towards you. Please, 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 just remember this, chat. Just watch for another minute.
I don't mean to personally insult you, okay? It's fine.
I don't mean to personally insult you. You're listening, chat, okay? This is why I say, don't believe streamers on what they say. Believe them on what they act on. So watch.
I take back the 60 IQ comment because I wear that hat sometimes.
He takes back the comment. Watch, chat, please watch. So this was after when he pulled out this. Look at it, he first said, you heard it at 22 what he said. You remember what he said 22, look now.
All of the sources and evidence that you need to make your argument. I play the game. I play the fucking game. And I make tutorials and teach people how to play the game, which is a bigger contribution than anything that you will ever do to this scene for the rest of your entire career, if you even want to call it that. So shut the fuck up and let me talk about this with you in a minute.
So he goes full tilt. And you remember he said the viewership in CS2 is literally bigger than in CSGO. Well, 2021 and 2022 is CSGO. And then this year is CS2. So it kinda does not look like CS2 is winning in viewership. And then he even pulls this out, and then his only argument was, but listen, Blast had bigger average. And then I tell him, yeah, but it had 15 hours more of airtime. And then he stops and he's like, yeah, but okay, that makes sense. Bro lost every argument last night.
And I'm happy to be proven wrong, by the way. Just to be clear, like, if you are right on something, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that you're wrong, even though there's stuff that proves it in a different, if there's stats.
Didn't he a few minutes ago say he's not gonna agree with me? But now he says if I show him proof, he will. My bro is going against himself the whole time. On top of that, the thing he said about I never contributed, again, made FPLC, made FSL, was in the council of FPL as well. And then I even tell him, bro, I played FPL with the pros when the pros played and grind, because he said like I never achieved anything. And I told him like literally go FPL esports earnings, face it, and you'll see I'm the guy who won the most money ever on FPL and grinded the most and won the most times, number 1 and number 2. And then he said, oh, that's because you played the most. Like, bro, Stark played the most. Where is Stark? Stark Kaito as well. Look what Stark is, 7k. He played the most. He had like maybe third under me, the most games played. Had only 7k. So when I even showed him this, that wasn't enough. But him making tutorials on how to throw smokes and grenades is a huge contribution to the scene. By making FPL, face it, Streamers League, playing in FPL, making FPL videos. I made like pug videos, how to perform in pugs. Brother. And then people were saying to him, yo, get with Loba in a voice. And he's like, no, Loba would cook me in a voice. Then why are you arguing, bro?
Okay? Let's have a meaningful fucking discussion where you're not just trying to roast me. Because if we try to do that, I'm gonna fucking win. Okay? Do you understand me?
He's gonna win at roasting. He needs to hit the fucking mirror and check who gonna roast who. Yeah, I don't have hair. But bro, you don't have eyes. Don't fucking talk. And you should chill with the burgers. And hit some cardio. And get a girl. Or a wife. Or a kid. Or a life. Or a car. Or some testosterone.